This year has been a huge one for anyone who is in love with the game Rocket League. The amount of things that have been announced truly give us so much reason to get excited about the future of this team. And because this video is about what has already been announced and what could come in the future if the momentum Rocket League is building keeps on rolling, I'm gonna keep this intro short and sweet, boy. But before we get into the video, this topic of conversation would be great for a podcast setup. Your favourite Rocket League duo of myself and Mertzy have been talking about starting one for around 18 months now. But he's too bitch to actually commit to it, so if it's something you'd be interested in us doing, let either of us know. Little over a week ago, the $500,000 Intel World Open was announced to be taking place at the Olympics. Now obviously this got everyone asking questions and believing things that weren't necessarily true. And even I fell into the immediate hype and started talking about winners' medals, which could actually still be a thing, not an official Olympic medal, but still one that represents the Olympic theme potentially. And speaking of representing things, I was talking to everyone about how it would feel to represent your country at the Olympic Games in Rocket League.
Keep up, motherfucker!
But when you read up on the details, it clearly states that the event will run pre-Olympics, thus making it an unofficial event at the Olympics. That said, Intel are in fact teaming up with the IOC, and with speculation in recent years, I do believe this partnership could eventually lead to a full crossover of esports into the Olympic Games. Even though Rocket League isn't competing in the Olympics, this is still something huge for Rocket League esports, as all eyes will be on this event in the run-up to the official start of the Summer Games. So with that said, quick question. Do you think esports should be allowed into the Olympic Games? Earlier this year, the announcement of the acquisition of Psyonix Studios by Epic Games was made. I'm sure many of you already know pretty much all there is to know about this on a public level, so I'm not going to sit here and bore you with all the info. I do however think it's an important part of this video simply based on the fact that it is without question the biggest piece of news we've had over the past 4+ years since the release of Rocket League. Let's take a look at the Radical Summer event that ended a few weeks ago. This was a seasonal event unlike any other we've ever witnessed in the game. And although nothing groundbreaking, it was definitely a huge step up from previous seasonal events. And I can't be the only one that felt a hint of influence from Epic Games with this. Yes, it only released a couple of months after the announcement of the takeover, but Psyonix and Epic would have been in talks for many months, and who knows if the best in-game event we've ever had was due to this takeover. Another change that looks like it could stem from one of two things, if not both. There's the obvious reason to do with the addictive gambling aspect of the craze, but then there's also Epic Games. You only need to look at the Fortnite method of microtransactions. Nothing is RNG based. You go to the store, you like an item, you buy V-Bucks, you buy said item. It's simple and it works, especially for a free-to-play game, which Rocket League could end up being. It makes clear sense to me that this will be the same method Psyonix continue to use for all items in game aside from the Rocket Pass. Now about the Rocket Pass. Although being in the game for around a year now, it uses the exact same method as the Battle Pass in Fortnite. I do however feel you actually get more bang for your V-Buck in Rocket League as you're not capped to unlocking things by a certain tier. So where is Rocket League heading? Well, for starters, if Psyonix don't capitalise on their game being partnered with and competed in at the Olympics next year by promoting the fuck out of it on social media, and then giving us an Olympic themed summer event with new Olympic themed game modes, items, etc., then it will be an opportunity missed. It'll be even more of an opportunity missed if the game modes are kinda half-assed like they were in the Radical Summer event. Hopefully from this Intel X Olympics event, Psyonix will realise that other companies coming in that want to host Rocket League events and tournaments is nothing but a good thing. Right now all we have is RLCS and DreamHack. If the Rocket League esports scene is to continue to grow, we need more tournaments. So I've talked about something in-game and I've talked about something outside of game too. What if the final topic is a bit of both? With Psyonix now being owned by Epic, I see way more room for licensed content opening up, whether it be cars, decals, other customisations, or even licensed stadiums. It's no secret that Rocket League's past few arenas haven't really sat well with the community, and it's because they're too gimmicky. DFH and Manfield remain to be the clear frontrunners when it comes to favourite stadiums in Rocket League. Why not push for some licensed, realistic-ish stadiums? Imagine playing at the Camp Nou, Old Trafford, or Allianz Arena. Imagine playing at some of NA's biggest NFL, MLS, NBA or NHL stadiums. And if licensing is tricky to get due to EA already having a shit ton of licenses in their games, at least introduce brand new unlicensed stadiums to Rocket League on a regular basis. I feel that with each new season we should have a new arena to look forward to. Surely this isn't too much to ask for. I want to know, Where would you like to see Rocket League head over the next couple of years? If you missed my previous video about other ideas I'd love to see implemented into Rocket League, I'll add it to the end screen of this video, so be sure to head over and check it out, as I feel some of the ideas I mentioned could be super fun. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell, and also head over to my other socials and follow your boy Veedseh, and I'll catch you in the next video. Ciao.